Good morning, Vietnam. No, good morning, everyone. Checking to make sure all the levels and everything are working well here before we get started. Made some changes behind the scenes on my Streamlabs. So, no, this isn't where you parked your car. So I hope you guys appreciate the Super Mario music going in the background. Wow, that sounds awesome. Holy crap. Just monitoring on my phone here, so hope everybody is doing well. Hey, how about a camera? Boom! Camera! How goes it, everybody? We'll keep an eye on everything throughout the chat. So yeah, welcome to the stream. We're gonna go through some weird things today, maybe. Just discussion-wise. Sorry, needed my Grey Pepsi. Like I mentioned, I was heading down to get something to drink. So we've got some news, we've got some discussions, and we're going to play some Rygar because Castlemania Ryan likes bad games. I am hoping to, in the past, let's bring down the Mario music. Second. Bring that down here. I'm hoping the microphone levels and everything sound good. I know we've had problems in the... Yep, Stuttering Stick. I don't know that I've seen you here before. Welcome to the channel. Definitely appreciate you stopping by. So before we get started, like I say, I'm testing a few different things here. I've changed some back-end items on OBS to try to make it work better. I'm also testing a new modem and router to see that hopefully we don't get as many frame drops. So far, 0 frames dropped, but again, Comcast. So Castlemania Ryan has had a weird obsession lately. Well, as long as I've known him, he's had an obsession with bad games. Demon Sword is one of them. But he has lately put out a call to have people he know stream Rygar. So that's what we are going to do here. I will keep chat down below me here. Going to be going to Brewers versus Diamondbacks game this Saturday. My uncle wants to make a trip, and he really likes that Steam, and says I will like it. So are you... Oh, you're going to Miller Park. Dude, that is... So, seriously, I've been to New Bush. I never went to the Old Bush Stadium. Never went to Flatbush, either. Went to New Bush. I've been to San Diego, and San Diego Petco Park. So cool with the way that they have the Marine base right there. It's right on the ocean and everything. You can have your cake there, too, if you want it. You can even eat it. Have your cake on the ocean and eat it, too. Yes, I just made that joke. Well, thank you for being a new sub, Stuttering Stick. I've been... Where else have I been? Oh, the ballpark in Arlington is really neat. But out of all the stadiums I've been to, I have to admit, Miller Park, there's no place like home. I don't know that I've ever seen another team that does as much... I'm going to turn off the background music altogether now. That does as much between innings to kind of keep the casual enthusiast engaged. There's so much there at Miller Park, even for the kids too. So we are going to dive into Rygar, and we are using our HDMI modded NES. This is not emulation. We are playing on a real system. And let me know too if the music is too loud on the game or if it's too soft or if I need to make adjustments. Ooh. But yeah, for some reason, Ryan has had an obsession with this game as of late. Oh! And I am playing using one of the Hyperkin wireless controllers, too. There. Likes the area, and I have never been. We're both Cubs fans, too. Just do me a favor. Don't be a typical Cubs fan in Miller Park. If you drink, hold your liquor. Wear your Cubs stuff if you want to, but yeah, just be on your best behavior because Brewer fans are really, really tired of dealing with jerk-faced Cub fans in our ballpark. We go to your stadium and we behave ourselves, but it's like Cub fans can't afford to get into the toilet bowl that is Wrigley Stadium, and so come up to our ballpark and use it as a drunk tank. I have to admit, I don't think I've ever played this before. Music is too perfect. Good. Awesome. Thanks, Chit Chat. Also, Mike, I don't know if you noticed, but there was some news out this morning that Fox is none too happy with the WWE right now after some stuff going on NXT. I haven't read the whole story, but it is something that, it's hard to say with them getting ready to go to Fox for SmackDown, going to, I think it's FS1 for NXT. You know what's throwing me off here is I don't have the TV volume turned. Here we go. Grumpy Old Gamer, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Well, here's the thing that really, Mike, if you're not going to wear Cub stuff, that's fine. I always thought it was weird in our stadium that you had people who would rather wear Packers gear than Brewers gear. You're at a baseball game, not a football game. Grand Mountain lies the entrance to Garlaws. Okay, you are of no help to me. Let's see. Fox isn't going to like their ratings, man. WE just trashed it. Yep. No here and no. Like, drive slow in the fast lane because it's his right. No, I'm actually one of those people that when you go 2 miles an hour below the speed limit, I will road rage you. On the flip side, if I'm going, I normally go 5 miles over the limit. Unless I'm in Chicago, then I'll do 10 to 15 because I don't want to get run over. If you are riding my rear end and I'm already speeding, I'll slow down. I'm that kind of a dick. So, Ryan, can I bounce on enemies and stun them and not have it hurt me? Because that's what it seems like, and I just don't want to assume because, what happens when you assume? Look like the Gorn from Star Trek. Wait, that's it? One? Oh, dude. This is going to be brutal, but it looks like I continue where I was at, or is this back at the start? Now, and I was even going to play what I thought was the Master System version of this. No, that's Rastan. Yeah, I will be... Oh, it looks like there's 3 hit points up in the upper corner. And whatever, Ryan. A, you've never driven with me. B, I am the fastest NASCAR fan you know. I'm actually kind of excited. I've got... through my work, we sponsor one of Team Penske's drivers, and myself and one other person. We're going to the Brickyard 400, and we will be sitting on the war wagon in the pits itself. Oh, you can't jump and get on the thing. It's the elixir of life. I need that. Thank you. Bounce on all enemies in the side-scrolling parts. Oh. But seriously, don't those lizard things kind of remind, for those of you who are familiar with the old Star Trek shows, remind you of the Gorn? And you can only throw your shield or whatever that is side to side, it looks like. Telling me no lies, knocking me out with those American thighs. The more your enemies, the more tone you get. Oh, like muscle tone, okay. So it's almost like Ratchet and Clank, where the more you use a weapon, the stronger it gets. I almost streamed some Ratchet and Clank this morning. I've been in the mood to play those games again. They're so good. But seriously, only 3 hit points at the start. Okay. Please tell me the music gets better, because I think the music kind of crappy. And what, like the, let me rephrase that. It's the fact that it's just so repetitious. A little bit of variety would be nice. Now, don't forget, boys and girls, if you're looking for retro gaming stuff, head on over to Castlemania. Use promo code ROCKSOLID10. Save 10% off of most items on the website, including the Hyperkin wireless controllers like the one I'm using here. You can also make sure that when you get more Elixir of Life, that you keep your games nice and clean with 1-Up cleaning cards available at the castle. The more you spend, the more you save with Castle Cash. There's a nice rewards program he just started recently. If I dare approach Garba found atop this mountain. Okay. Let's see, yeah, a little bit. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to upset my friend at Castlemania Games. I had a message through. So I need to keep climbing the top of this mountain, huh? So do you eventually... I mean, this is very, you know... Just because you're extending your weapon reminds me a little bit of Castlevania. Not Castlemania, but Castlevania. Don't get that free plug. I was looking down at the chat and I took a hit. So, and for those of you who did not see... did share on Twitter this week. I thought I was crouching enough. Need to go to the left. No, not the top. We did wind up booking flights this week for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, so I was not expecting to go, and things just worked out where I had not checked my my frequent flyer mile balance in a while. Actually got a free flight. Plus, I still have some vouchers from last year's trip that I haven't completed. So, yeah, we will be there. We'll likely be in the Castlemania booth quite a bit. Okay. The door you need is on the right side of that gray wall. The NES addict is lurking. He and his NES oddities. We'll also be at the Southeast Game Exchange next weekend. I'll actually be... Oh, whoa, I thought that was a power-up coming out and another dude spawned. We'll be doing actually the first panel of the weekend with Retro Power. Okay, hang on. I know Russ just played this the other night. It's on the right side of that gray wall. Yeah, Russ and I were talking this stream. I think it was Thursday nights. I was giving him a hard time because I had told him that I was going to stream this that same night because I just bought it from Live Action Games, which we're going to be doing a tour of their new shop here within the next week or so. Actually, we've already filmed the tour. I've just got to get it edited. I've got a lot of stuff shot right now that I just need to get to editing. Jay, you can relate to this, I'm sure, and Ryan, too. that when you have a little one, your time is not always exactly your own. We're not just going to awkwardly hug. I'm going to grab your ass, Jay. Let's see. I'm going to have you mute because I'm work notes just in case you have to talk. Okay. Well, yeah, I know that. I mean, that goes without saying. Well, you know, Mike, what you need to do next year is come to Milwaukee and come to Missouri. Because, quite honestly, the nice thing about Mo GameCon is it's a one-day show, so you don't need to hotel it if you don't want to. Quite honestly, I would probably do just the one day if it was just me, if I wasn't doing panels and the VIP stuff and whatnot. Get up here somehow? Oh, I guess not. Yeah, my oldest is going to be 17 soon, so... Sent me a text last night at like almost 11 o'clock, and or actually she called, sent me a text. I'm like, I was in bed. I remember my oldest brother used to be told by my parents that however mean he is to his parents, kids that he has will be twice as mean to him. And until about 5 years ago, he did not have kids. So how do I get on this? Or do I need something else to be able to cross there? So this is, again, not emulation. This is actually a physical cart we're playing on a NES top loader that has been HDMI modded. If you want to see the disaster that was, I've got the video on the channel here. Because I don't think I can jump across the caverns. I don't need to. I can just go around. See, this part to me seems really tedious. Just set a reminder, Mike. It's the first week of August. Whatever those dates are. They have a vision for the 2020 convention. I did there. Now, one of the things... Did I just walk around an entire circle? I just walked around in an entire frickin' circle. Whoa. I mean, like I say, graphically, neat-looking game. But man, would it have hurt them to put in some additional music? But then again, thinking this is Tecmo, and I love me some, ooh, grappling weapon will help you complete your quest, yes! Hey, Crazy Casey, how you doing? Hey, Edgar, didn't see you there. And Reagan, how you doing? I'm going the wrong way. Okay, Ryan, tell me where to go. How do I change my weapons? Or do I just kind of have it now? Oof. Okay, now where do I have to go? Or do I basically go back there to try to cross the caverns? Or, not caverns, chasms, rivers. The openings. So one thing we may do too, we may do some live streams next weekend when we are at the Southeast Game Exchange. Since Megadan will be there, I think it'll be kind of fun to sit down with him and have a conversation regarding his favorite wrestlers of all time. All right, how do I change? I have no idea what's going on. Hey, Pizza Man, how you doing? Go back to where you entered this overworld map and go right. Rygar, Ryan, you are the trusted word when it comes to retro gaming. Every chance I send people to your website. Thank you for always proving so much quality products to all of us. Go up, not down. Okay. Make a quick change here too. Video-wise, how is everything? I'm not noticing, again, any drop frames or anything, which is a lot better than what I've been struggling with lately. Go up, not down. So I've gone up, go around. This dude seriously looks like he's a football player, by the way. Got shoulder pads and everything. A helmet. This is one of those games, I think Russ mentioned it, that having a map... Oh, I went into the water. Yep, up right next there on the entrance road. Okay. Russ really mentioned that this is one of those games that having a map would be so helpful. Oh, when I got hit, it turned me around too. I think I saw Solid Nate in here the other day. Let me guess, you've no death ran this thing, haven't you? Reagan says, I love this game. It was always one of my favorites. Of course, I didn't complete it until I was much older, but it was always one of his favorites back in the day. 13 people watching. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by on a Sunday morning. Figured there's no Saturday or Sunday morning cartoons anymore, so I missed my turn. Do I need to go in the upper one here, then? Go to this one? Oh, I see. Okay, back to side-scrolling. I have to say, I like this... Holy crap. I like the side-scrolling more than the top-down worlds. These things remind me of the... what was the T-Rex in Rugrats? Oh, I totally thought that I was going in the drink on that one. I will say the rocks you can stand on in the background, very close in color. I'll check the chat here a sec. Reptar, wasn't that the dinosaur from Rugrats? Ooh, I thought I was going in the drink for that one for sure. Let's see. Reagan says that he loves this game. I already read that one. Looks like I was fighting an Ewok there. And I almost just walked right off that platform. By the way, Edgar says he sold his original Game Boy and his SP since losing interest on handheld, but got lucky. His friend Dylan was looking for a GBA SP. Well, I would say, Edgar, if you still have the games you want to keep playing, my advice, Super NES with a Super Game Boy, or a... No, I didn't want to go in there. I just wanted to land on that pedestal. You have to actually jump over it. Gotcha. NXT moved to USA. No, NXT should be going to FS1, I thought. From here, I can't go on without the grappling weapon. Well, I have the grappling weapon. So how do I change to it? Here's what I don't understand is how do I change weapons? Oh, there's a part here where you have to jump from a tiny ledge, use the post tops instead. Got it. Ah, that's how you do it. Seriously, that looks like Wicket from the Ewoks. Oh, those jumps really make me nervous. Again, because the rocks in the background just blend in so much to what, you know, the pedestals and the rocks that you can stand on. This music reminds me of like a satanic version of Rockabye and Goodnight. Although, where was... Oh, I was watching the driver intros last night from the NASCAR race in Bristol, Tennessee. And Paul Menard came out to... I didn't realize that they had a rock version of Baby Shark. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, Ryan, I figured it out. I just didn't realize that it was basically always active versus... And that's the part where you're talking about where you had to go from tiny pedestal to tiny pedestal. I thought kind of like Castlevania, where you had, you switch weapons. Don't die now, you booger. It's basically always active. Alright, someone, I need some life. Why isn't that a true statement? I need to get a life. Oh, no worries, Reagan. I appreciate you stopping by. Wait, is this different music? No way. I wish you could jump on ropes while you're in the air, you know what I mean? Use those guys to grind for a bit? Okay. Crap, I can't. I have to... I wonder if I can go here and drop down and be... And... Oh, damn it. Alright, we'll go back there and grind for a bit, Ryan. So, would you consider this to be a long or a short game? Like I said, I don't think I've ever really played it much. No, that's what I loved most about Zelda Breath of the Wild, grinding. Thanks so much, Reagan, again. I appreciate it. Up and left. I missed that. Whatever that was. Oh, I got something there. Extra life bar. Boy, that's some dodgy hit detection. I hope everybody's had a good weekend so far. Yesterday was a lot of running around. We got our wedding invitations finally printed out. I designed those a while ago and not had a chance to go and get them printed. Oh, you can't dodge those? Oh, crap. That was dumb. So we got that taken care of yesterday. I was actually supposed to announce a race, and we were getting really bad rains in the morning. Everything was supposed to clear up by noon, but they called the event, which was a bummer. I was looking forward to the money from that to help support maybe buying a couple of games at Southeast Game Exchange. I was hoping, too, to buy NES Addict some carbs. Lord, that boy needs some carbs. Oh, I see what you're talking about, Ryan. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Welcome. Take a rest. Your strength. You will regain your strength. Okay. So it's basically the fairy from Zelda. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go back up here for a second. Some elixir of my life. Ryan just texted me, grapple up out of the screen from that ledge, top left. Patience, man. I'll figure it out. I know I suck, but still. Oh, no. See, and, like, I can't drop down from here. "12 people watching this morning. I appreciate it. Also was a little productive this morning, folding some laundry, gave the dog a bath. Murphy Mayhem is doing pretty decent. Now, one thing I know, we were doing some fudge. I want to land where that tree is, and I can't. I know we were trying to raise money for Murphy to have a reconstructive knee surgery. I want to thank everyone who did donate to that. We did use, money that was donated to help pay for, pre-op appointments and evaluations and whatnot. He just turned 10 years old, actually the weekend of the Missouri Game Con. And we've actually decided not to proceed with the surgery. There's actually pretty high risk of blood clots and having him pass away post-surgery. And honestly, we found some good medication that has worked for him as of late. We've gotten in on some Cosequin and Chondroitin, and like he's a pain in the butt because he's so active now. I wanted to duck and throw my weapon at him. Getting into Super NES collecting, that's a good reason to pare down part of a collection. And that's how I used to do it until about 3 years ago, where it's like, all right, next gen is out, sell the previous gen, and go from there. Well, in recent years, I've gotten away from doing that. Pretty much, I don't sell anything, even games that I don't like or play. Like, I still have my copy of Zelda Breath of the Wild, even though I don't like it. Oh, that's weak sauce. Okay. So here's the other thing, Edgar, you may want to look into in addition to Super NES is Super Famicom. Just because you can get a lot of really great 16-bit Nintendo games, I'll call them, NES, Super NES, or Super NES or Super Famicom. And when there's no language barrier, the Super Famicom games are generally less expensive. Fudge. I was trying to go through there way too fast. It brings me back to the start of the level. You know who I'm looking forward to seeing play this is Eugene Myers, EC Myers Vids, on his live streams that he does. He just did Metal Storm this week. I want to say he did Metal Storm. Ryan says that the boss on this level is tough, that I need to tone up. I'm going to say my prayers, eat my vitamins, believe in myself. Seriously, it looks like a sadistic teddy bear. Oh, you bastard. Those scorpion things suck. I mean, granted, I've never been a fan of the scorpion. The band, that is. That shows my age talking about the scorpion. And then, of course, there are the American males. Now, if Chit Chat's still in the chat or not. One of the games, too, I actually, you know, I've been trying not to pick up too much, knowing that I'm going to a couple conventions, like with GameCon coming up. Now, PRGE coming up, too. I did pick up the Monster Boy for the Switch. I haven't played it yet, but that's one I've been eyeballing for a while, and finally got my hands on a copy for a decent price. All right, we'll stay here and we'll grind for a bit. We'll make our weapon a little bit stronger. I also picked up a couple of import wrestling games, too. One of the Fire Pro wrestling games for Saturn, and then one for the Super Famicom, too. Speaking of Super Famicom, another video that is pretty much shot. For some reason, the mic turned off during my close, so I've got to shoot the ending of the video. But I actually recently RGB modded Adam Korlick's personal Super Famicom Junior. And I will say the output on that looks even better than my Super NES Junior, using the exact same cables and setup and everything. I really want to get my hands on the Super Famicom Junior now. I don't think I can make that jump. I don't see any way that I can make that jump. In fact, before throwing this in and, oh yeah, giving Ryan what he wanted, I almost threw in that Fire Pro Wrestling Junior RGB modded with S video restored. See, I haven't done the S video yet, and I'm probably going to do it on my Super NES Junior just because I want to test out the Super 64. Especially for streaming, I think that'd be a great way to stream Super NES games, just because, while the Retro Tank works and it looks decent, I'd like to, I've always had issues with my Nintendo stuff streaming through my OSSC. Can I really make it? Because that's my concern, is that that's a pretty big gap. You guys know about some other things going on, coming up. Let's see, wedding in October, probably November. I've got to go on and get some surgery done. Nothing major. I just broke a tooth a while ago and need to have the tooth taken out. And no, there will be no footage of me. Oh, you booger. Coming out of anesthesia. Oh, you have no defenses against any enemy, do you? Well, that sucked. So then, did I lose everything that I was grinding? Oh, I guess so. I'm gonna die a lot here, aren't I? Probably need to go back out and grind. Get some life back up. Let's see, Edgar says, by the way, I did Dylan's N64 since he was looking for the best output, so I put the Ultra HDMI. So, Edgar, let me ask you, because I've wanted to do an Ultra 64, but the amount of soldering that you have to do, very tight spaces, has made me very nervous. If you can RGB mod N64 and an NES or a Super NES Junior, should you be able to do the Ultra HDMI mod? Well, the other thing with the Ultra HDMI mod is just they're out of stock. Yeah, you are a creep. That's right, Jay. Glad you can admit that. That was a jerk move by the Scorpion. Yeah, I really want to RGB mod, or not RGB, but HDMI mod my N64. One thing is Jason just has not had kits to sell from Kevtris, so that's part of it. And I've just been really wary of doing that one. If you're gonna do anything there, Trip, by the way, welcome. I would not RGB mod a toaster. I would do a. I hate that I can't crouch and use my weapon. I would HDMI mod it. I mean, and that's what I'm playing through right here, right now, watching the world wake up from history. Is my HDMI modded system. And quite honestly, you're gonna spend, hey, Capcom 784, first time I think I've seen you, Steve. You know, you're gonna spend a decent chunk to get it. Oh, that sucked. Gonna spend a decent chunk to get your system RGB modded. I would just take it the full way and do the. I think you'd be happier in the long term with an HDMI mod, because it's so clean. You get so many different options as far as. Ooh, I didn't know that you were gonna. Ooh, Brian, we'll have to talk it. Portland. The other one that I want to look into doing too is the Wii Dual. Is it the Wii Dual that I'm thinking of? The HDMI output for the Wii that's out there from, I think, Citrus 3000. By the way, Marvel may come after him because I love Citrus 3000. That Tony Stark joke. So there's the Wii Dual mod, and I want to say there's the Dreamcast mod too. Adam Corlick and I were talking about that at GameCon on how he's had he's had his, I thought it was his Dreamcast HDMI modded, and it looks really good. Jesse from M Cable did the mod for him. I'm looking forward to seeing his reaction once he plays his Super Famicom Junior RGB. Like I say, I thought it turned out really, really nice. Really good. Come on, Raptar, leave me alone. The DC HDMI console. Yep, that's the one I'm talking about. The thing with the Wii Dual mod is you have to have a certain serial number or board revision. I know Ryan and I were talking about this a while ago, and I actually have a launch day edition. I've got mine locally here. It was actually the first system I bought after I moved down here to Champaign. Bought it from our local GameStop. I actually had my Wii before my PS3. That dude sucks. I mean, like, I suck, but he sucks even more than I suck, and that's a lot of suck. Let's see, other videos I'm working on. Ooh, that could have been bad. Let's see, reviews on the Pound HDMI cable for the Xbox. I had to buy an Xbox, guys. What an Xbox. That controller is so bad. But I will say I've been playing some more Star Wars Battlefront, the original Star Wars Battlefront. I forgot just how much I love that game. Also the Hyperkin HDMI adapter for the PS2 and PS1. That one I actually had about half filmed, and I have to redo the whole thing because I had a mic error. So that's fun. I also had an issue with one of the systems I was testing with where it did not want to read discs after a certain point. Let's see if I can make him disappear. Nope. How did I get him the first time? I'm hoping, too, out of Portland to get news from Tommy Tallarico on the Intellivision. I definitely want to sit down and talk with him a little bit. The upcoming Metal Storm re-release from Retrobit, I want to talk to those guys a bit. I'm going to talk to the guys from Insurrection. They are the official HDMI, what do they call it? The official HDMI solution for the GameCube for PRGE. The Carby. And I do believe I saw recently that Ryan got the Carbys back in. You're looking to go HDMI mod with, or not even mod, but HDMI out of a digital output equipped GameCube. I think I just took the hit before. Seriously, now with this grapple, the fact that you can't crouch, it guys sucks. There. Oh. Nothing up here either. And again, everything looking and sounding good with the stream. This is part of a test and experiment too. Like I mentioned at the intro, we've changed some settings on the back end. We're playing around with a few. I have no health. So we are going to try to see if we can't get some health from one of the Reptar dudes. Let's see. My Dylan always said he preferred the Wii over the GameCube since he played both games. Yep. See, the thing, I always thought that the video output on the GameCube, though, was actually superior to the Wii's, even though that the Wii would do 480 output. You could get component cables, which I had. I still have component cables for. Oh, I can't reach it! Oh, dirty, rotten. That sucked. That sucked too. Let's see, what else are we going to be doing? So at Missouri Game Con, we actually did a live RGB mod of an N64 for Mr. Maynard. And as you guys saw, he also had won an M cable that he wasn't around to. The prize for. Zach, you will never live that one down. So, cool thing that they had set up there at the show, too, was they had Jesse from M Cable was there. And they had a retro tank that they were running the Nintendo PlayStation through to a computer monitor. Looked really good, just like that with HD Retrovision cable. And then they hooked it up using an M Cable Classic. Oh, I want to throw my controller so bad. And it really, as good as the Nintendo PlayStation looked with the HD Retrovision cables, once they hooked up the M Cable Classic to it, it just took it to the next level. It was really, really. It was good seeing Terry Diebold's at the show again. I met him for the first time last year at Portland, saw him in Milwaukee, and then here too. So, good guy. Good sense of humor. What the hell? I'd say about 10 more minutes of this one, guys, and we're going to call it a stream for now. I've got to get some other things done, but it had been a while since I had streamed. I know Ryan wanted to see some Rygar, which, it's okay. It's definitely better than Demon Sword, I'll give you that, Ryan. Let's see. Dylan is asking me what he should get. If he should get a Wii U, probably Wii U is quite expensive, and I don't know what to tell him. Well, and here's the other thing. First of all, Trip, says I'm much more patient than he is. I've, censoring myself too from saying several F-bombs right now because I'm streaming. But deals can be had, Edgar, on Wii U's. I would say keep an eye on like the Facebook garage sale sites. I see them quite frequently for $125 or less. I think the Wii U is a decent system to still own. There's a lot of great games on there. One thing I will say that John Hancock recently said in a video that most of the Wii U library had been ported over to the Switch. And, well, no, that's not true. A lot of the good games from the Wii U have been ported to the Switch. That is the case, but the Wii U still has enough unique titles, I think, that justify the purchase. And plus, they're just games that I think play really good on the Wii U, that even if they came to the Switch, I don't know that they're worth the extra money. Like, I don't own Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze on the Switch. I just have the Wii U version because I got the Wii U version for like $10. The Switch version is still $60, which I think is, for a re-release, is stupid. Although, if you guys are looking for a copy of Mario Maker 2, our local Walmart has them in store $50 instead of $60. So that's one I would consider. Hey, got an extra life meter there too. I don't want to go back and get refilled, but that seems too sadistic at this point. Almost seems like getting heart containers in Zelda. All right, so this is leading up to the boss. Let's see. Let's see what happens here if I can get past him at all. I'm trying to jump between the flames and I just can't. Try him one more time. There is space to jump through them. Well, not so. Trip says $50 seems to be the going rate for most first-party titles right now. No, I'm still seeing a lot of the first-party titles going for that $59 price point. So when you die, do you not get reset back to, like in Castlevania, how you go back to the short whip, Ryan? Do you not lose your power-ups that way? I guess not, because, I mean, I'm getting those guys with one hit. Let's see, if I saw that GameStop was selling the Black Wii U for $99, that's actually a really good deal, especially if you've got games to trade in and everything, too. And the black one, quite honestly, is the system to have because that's the 32 gig system versus I think the white one, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that 8? Oh, awesome. Ryan says I'm still strong. I'm good enough, I'm strong enough, and doggone it, people like me. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm sitting back from the microphone a little bit. I'm not eating it. Just to be a little bit... Maybe the $50 is a Portland thing, Ben. No, I've seen... Well, are you going to, like, Fred Meyer or something like that? Haha, I know Fred Meyer. Actually, we had... So, the company I work for is a cleaning company, and I'm sure that if you guys saw the products in a store, you'd recognize the company. They're actually... Damn it. They're doing a van tour right now. Yeah, but the white is trash. It doesn't have any storage. So our van tour was in Portland and Seattle the last 2 weeks. And one of the things I told them, well, Ryan, I didn't realize that you didn't have an actual physical storefront. I actually thought there was a storefront that you used. So I was going to tell him to go visit you, but that wasn't an option, so I had him go visit Kelsey at Pink Gorilla. So it was kind of neat to be able to share that with people that are outside of our hobby. Happens if I get behind him. Can I get behind him? Oh, he turns around! Every now and again, I feel a little bit lonely. Like Doc once said, stick and move, man. Stick and move. I'm kind of cornered. Yeah, I got cornered there. Well, what's a white one worth? I think I know where there is one. I actually still have my box for my my Wii. Dude, it's up in the attic, along with my white Destiny Edition PlayStation 4. I wish I had like 2 inches more range. So I've also been following some other YouTubers lately that are more into like sci-fi, comics, Star Wars, Star Trek. They've been playing a game on the PC called Space Engineers. Actually looks pretty fun. What? Acorn meets squirrel, squirrel meet acorn. Hot dog. But there's no saves. There's no saves. All right, Ryan, where do I got to go to now? I feel like I just beat the game and it's just the first boss. I'm just meandering at this point. Well, that's a worthless area to go through. I died again. You know what, guys? I think that's going to wrap it up. Yeah, I don't think they produced nearly as many of the white ones just because it was the less desirable. I really like the Acid Glow for Aliens Predator Doom. Like Acid Glow. Oh, is that a YouTube channel, Jeff? Fine. Ryan tells me to go left, so we'll go left. Wait, this takes me back to where I entered the overworld, doesn't it? Damn it. So now where do I have to go? I need tea. Where's Selenate when I need him for some tea? Ah, okay, sounds good. I hadn't heard of him. I'll have to check him out, Jeff. Yeah, I've been watching, let's see, the Anti-Trekker, and Birdo Prey 9. Those are 2 guys I've been watching pretty frequently lately. I'm probably driving Ryan nuts right now. Where the hell are you going? So has anyone, while we're speaking of like other nerdy stuff and whatnot, has anyone picked up the Blu-ray on Endgame yet? I'm just wondering if it's worthwhile to pick up. I honestly didn't care for Endgame as much as I liked Infinity War. Like, I thought Infinity War was outstanding. And Endgame, there were some very cringe-worthy moments in that movie to me. But what I'm wondering is if the special features are worth the expense. Oh, damn it, I fell right in the hole. All right, you know what? That is going to do it for us here. We'll hang out for a couple more minutes here in the chat. If you guys had any final questions, and we will play this again at some point in time. Thanks, Ryan, for all the tips and everything going through here. I'm glad the stream held together. That's the biggest thing, is I've had so many issues with Comcast lately that things just did not. You know, it was frustrating the hell out of me, where I'd be streaming for like 5-10 minutes and it looked great, and then after that it would all go to hell. So, oh, that was the Streamlabs bot that just popped up. I'm like, oh, someone said something. Some NES do not have a battery backup for saving. Said they had those ridiculous long passwords. This has neither. You don't have a battery backup. You don't have a password. You have nothing. Uh-oh. Chit Chat Gaming tagged me in the port. Yeah. WWE to announce NXT move to USA. Oh. Let's see what that all has to say. We'll talk some wrestling news. Yeah. So here's the thing that I did too, Ryan, was so I own my own modem, my own router and everything, and they were not cheap modems and routers. And I'm supposed to have a 250 megabit download, 25 megs up. All right. And sorry, we're going into the rant section of the stream right now. And I wasn't even pulling down 50, and I was struggling to get 10 up. That's one of the reasons why I hadn't been streaming as much. So I bit the bullet's like, fine, you guys want me to use your equipment? I'll use your equipment and see if it's any better. So I hooked up their modem and everything. Actually, I was getting almost 300 megs down, so it was better. But they have these stupid little pod things that are like the like a mesh router essentially. And when it does that, it eliminates and combines your 2.4 and your 5 gigahertz networks into one. And whichever one is the strongest is the one that you're going to connect to. I'm struggling to get over 30 megabits per second down. Well, they want to send another tech out. They've run another line from the box to my house, drilled a new hole in my wall and everything, and I'm having the exact same issues. So, yeah, I was one of the few people that probably wanted the Comcast Charter merger to go through because, or not Comcast Charter, the Comcast Time Warner merger, because I actually was very happy with Time Warner when I was back in Milwaukee. Their stuff was pretty decent. Any other questions or comments or whatnot before we get out of here? We've got some laundry to do. I've got some editing to do. It's almost noon. I'm getting hungry. Fat boy needs some food. Well, regardless, I do want to say thanks to everyone for stopping by, hanging out with us as we've been live here today. I hope the audio and the video look good. I'm actually just using the webcam on the laptop right now. I just didn't want to mess with getting out my my tripod and setting it up and using the DSLR, but I think for this it looks just fine. Looking at it right now on like a watch page, everything looks pretty sharp. I look a little washed out, but color, what can I say? So, alrighty, guys. Well, we are going to wrap it up here. Again, we appreciate everyone stopping by, checking things out. Make sure that you go ahead and tip the waiter, try the veal, and until next time, we are checked out.